Hello, everyone. Welcome to March 2024. Another month has flown by. This is Heather Cannon. I am the co-founder and executive director of United Distant Stars here in the US. And I just want to say hello and let's get started in our updates. I will try to move this quickly so I'm not taking your time, but make sure that you are up to date on what we are doing. So the first thing is I always like to just say happy birthday to everybody that was born in March. We hope that you take time to celebrate you as someone who has this wonderful gift of life and what you can do with it to better yourselves and all those around you. If you love what we're doing, feel free to do a birthday fundraiser. We had our first one this year with Flakame Pay in January, and she raised nearly $500. So it's just a great opportunity to bring more awareness of the work we're doing in Liberia, educating children, providing vocational training skills to young adults. So if you're interested in supporting, use any platform. Facebook's been one of them, but any platform is acceptable. The next thing I want to talk about is a volunteer opportunity we have right now. We're looking for someone as a short project. It's MailChimp Organizing, because we're all volunteers over here. I work a full-time job. All the board members work a full-time job. Our volunteers work a full-time job. And so when we can have someone dedicated to just work on this and fix it. So what are we trying to do? We've had MailChimp for quite a while, but it's never been organized the way it could be used better. To get the right template for our newsletters, one, set up our audience segments. Right now we just have everybody in one segment. Maybe we need to organize that better, where we have people that are committed to this cause or whatever the situation is. So that would be what we're looking for. Also, I just want to say a shout out to our volunteers. We have Rachel Smith, who's been with us since 2016. She helps us with our website. We're in the process of moving off of WordPress onto Squarespace. We're trying to get that launched here this year. So we're excited about that. We also have Jade Haney. She started with us last year. She's based in LA. And she's got a theater background, but she was interested in bookkeeping. So we're really excited to have her on board. She's been doing really well. We had a volunteer who wants to come back and help us. Her name is Sonal Suri. She was our bookkeeper early on. She's got an accounting background, but she's looking to advance her skills. And she knows we've been a great opportunity to do that. So we'll be looking at different reporting with her, get into more structured of our finances. So I'm pretty excited to bring her back on board. We just onboarded Josh Westergren here in Minnesota. Sonal's out in Colorado, and he's going to help us with editing videos and help us figure out how to better build out our YouTube channel. And we have Otis Ben. He's in Liberia, and he's been helping us out with social media since about 2018. So as you can see, both Josh and Rachel are in Minnesota, but other people are in other states or other countries. So we are one that we want to bring people opportunities wherever you are to gain experience. We do training. We do empower you to, feel confident in what you're learning, that you can transfer that into something else. So if you're interested in this opportunity, I'll have the link in the YouTube description, and give us a try. And if there's anything more, we'll let you know in our updated, our monthly updates. Another thing I wanted to cover is, whoops, these were all loaded and now they came down. Okay. So one of the things since we started our 7th cohort this year is we had our computer course is growing. Even though we start a course in January, we still give it about 2 to 3 months to let people come in and start. And so I'm going to put this link in the description, but basically our students, they go through 1, how to set up a desktop computer, 2, learn how to type, and then 3, they go through all the Office suite applications, and then finally they learn a little bit on the internet. We'll get into the internet a little bit later in this video, but this is so important. A lot of our young people have never learned how to use a computer. So teaching them to the basics, how to type. One of the students just recently said, yeah, now I'm able to type without looking at my fingers when I'm on the keys. And that's important. So I just want you to, it's a quick read, probably takes you 30 seconds, maybe a minute. But I just wanted you to let you know where we're at with the computers. We also have this year, but starting last year, we really, oops, wrong one. This is what I want. Our academic school, we moved to senior high this year, but we really focused on getting those vocational training to our academic students. So here's 2 7th graders. Their videos are in here, and they're learning how to set up a desktop computer. And computer is one of our popular classes. We've been running this class since 2016. And we know that everybody knows we're in the 21st century. We should be able to know how to use computers. So it's really one of our flagship courses that we're grateful to have. And I'll have these links again in the video description. The other thing that we got a guest here, which I'm going to talk about a little bit. So our team decided that if we're going to have a guest, we had to clean up where our land is, where we want to build. Now we know we started putting bricks there last year, but we haven't finalized our design yet. So our team recently did a lot of clearing to make sure that everything was in place for the guests. And so we just wanted to make sure that you would be able to check that out as well. And the next thing I just wanted to let you know, if you are a supporter, remember that you have employee matches. A lot of companies do. And we've been very fortunate to have our either board members, donors, volunteers, remember us for their employee matches. And it covers, depending on the company, they all have different things, but some can do just donation matches. Sometimes they're 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. So meaning if you do $50 and it's 1-to-1, we get $50 from that employer. If it's 2-to-1, you donate 50, they would give us 100. There's board service matches. Again, this is not for every company, but each company has its own thing. We have one company that says $2,500 a year if you serve a board. And then there's volunteer badges. So you can get paid, like one company pays $5 an hour up to 40 hours in a year. So that's $200 that's given to the organization. And so that makes a big difference. It really provides that extra money that is needed to help build our organizations. The other thing that employers may do is they do an annual United Way workplace campaign. So wherever you work, if that's a possibility, you can select Uniting Distance Stars as the charity. We are a 501c3, and we will be in the drop-down option for charities. So those are just a couple options. If you want to, impact more, double your impact, triple your impact, depending on how they're structured. So I will put that link in there too. So the next thing I wanted to get into is that we had a return visitor. This is Judge Bill Littlejohn. He's from Houston, Texas. And he visited our place 2 years ago. And he just returned on this weekend, and he was at our center this Monday. This is from there. And he had this sign 2 years ago saying, "You should be here." And as a reminder, I need to get back there again. And he's a retired judge, and he has definitely a heart for Liberia. He definitely has a heart for Africa. As a Black man, he knows that's home. And he's really trying to encourage people to really lift Liberia, lift Africa. And so while he was there, he got to meet our vocational students. Here's Calvin Fumba, our co-founder and director in Liberia. And then, of course, some of our staff. Myrtle Esto is our business manager, registrar, and basically second in command for Calvin. And I've put up a lot of videos here. The playlist is supporter visits. So there's some short videos, videos up to 5 minutes. There's one video I like in there. It was where Judge Bill kind of got everybody to applaud the instructors, the teachers. I think that's always important. You'll get to hear his story. You'll get to hear Calvin talk. You'll get to hear from a student and some of our staff. So I highly encourage you that. I will put this playlist also in the description. I do want to remind everybody that, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are putting more videos up all the time, and you'll have a great opportunity to see what we got going on. So I encourage that. The last thing I wanted to talk about before I ended this month's video is that Calvin and I held a meeting with James Ledlum Jr. of Giving Hands Foundation. He visited our center in December. He was the co-sponsor of the Christmas party for the children. And we've been working with him on some STEM ideas. We want to collaborate in helping. And what he noticed, the two areas he'd like to really work on is our computer program and our electrician program. And one of the things we know is a huge barrier for our computer program is good internet, good, affordable internet, something we can take for granted in countries like USA. So if you know opportunities for us to look at for internet, meaning maybe there's some sort of internet in the box that's affordable, that's reliable, that is, something that can help us take our computer program where we go from the basics to people learning how to code, how to build websites, whatever that is in this, the space that we're used to now. We got AI. There's a lot of things that when you have the right internet can really help young people learn. So that's one of the big asks is that internet. We really want to know what are some great ideas? What are some things we should be looking at? And we know you guys might have the ideas that, give us some links. Let us know what's going on. And I will put our email address in there so you can just reach out to us with ideas. And with the electrician program, our electrician program has been very popular. It gets people employed. Many of our students, if they're not working for companies, they have become self-employed. One of our students had signed for a scholarship in India, and he's finishing up his electrical engineer job in India, or a degree, excuse me. And then we have another one recently who graduated in 2019, but he used his electrician skills to pay for his tuition. So this year in February, he graduated with a bachelor's degree in biology. Now he's going for a master's in something medical. One of our female students ended up at Mount Coffee Hydro Plant in Liberia. So it's really been a great course to get people jobs. We've really done well there. So what we're looking to do there right now, they don't have a permanent lab. They're very mobile in our center. And so the goal is to actually build them a permanent lab where they have their own space, where everything is there, and we amp up the equipment that they need, because not everybody can afford their own tools. So if we have tools in there that they can use while they're training, so they get that experience, that would be the route we want to go. So if you have ideas for that too, we welcome that, because it's important for these young people to get skills. We take a holistic approach when we train. It's not just teaching the skills. We have a 1-year program, but we remind young people they have value. We help them reclaim their self-worth. And that's a big part of it. If they don't feel good about themselves, they're not going to feel confident with the skills that they're learning. And so teaching skills is one thing, but helping them reclaim their worth is another. And that's what gives them the confidence to say, hey, I can make it in this world. And as a dedicated supporter or follower or prayer warrior, whatever capacity you're in, you're helping them reach that capacity. And when you empower someone to know that they can change their lives, and we gave you some examples in this video today, that makes a world of difference. You know, that's how you alleviate poverty, is by helping people, especially young people, know that they can do something. And so our type of program is really set for them to be successful. You could look at other programs where we'll only teach you for 90 days, but we're going to teach you the skill. We're going to take your money, but we're only going to teach you the skill. Not necessarily where you're going to go out there and you're going to have an advantage to that. No, we want to make sure our students, when they graduate, they're successful. And that's one of the main reasons why we're over 10 years old now, because we value the people we work with. They're like everybody else. There's no like, oh, I'm a have and they're a have not. No, we all have the capacity to do something good, but you need people to believe in you, especially sometimes if life is a little bit harder, maybe you don't have the support system that other people have. And we try to create a safe space, a supportive space, an encouraging space, and an empowering space. And you're part of that community. And so we just want to thank you for that. So that's the end of my update. And I just want to again say thank you for everything that you're doing to help the children and youth get the education and the vocational training that they need to be successful in life. Because you do that. That's what you do. Every dollar, every prayer, every hour of service that you provide this organization, you are advancing the lives of these young people. So thank you. Have a wonderful March, and I will see you in April. Bye-bye.